Welcome to episode number 300. I know that sounds like something, but you know what? It's just a number. And, this been soaking in isopropyl 99 for quite a while now. And it's not dissolving at all. There's no residue in the bottom of the jar. Well, let's just carry on here. I suppose we could put these on the merry-go-round and have a look at them. We'll put them on the merry-go-round in a couple of minutes here, but first I want to explain about yesterday. I guess that some of you had to hold your breath for 11 minutes. Yeah, episode 299 yesterday was 11 minutes late getting going. I'm not sure what happened there. I do know that part of it was my fault. The episode was pretty long, and I left the final edit until too late, and then I started the upload a little bit late. Now I know when I did start it, YouTube said it'll be uploaded in 54 minutes. Well, at that time there was way more than 54 minutes before 5 o'clock Winnipeg time, and I wasn't too worried about it. Next thing I knew, the upload had slowed down, and I knew it was going to be late. So I just kept watching to see when is it finally going to be ready. Well, it was 11 minutes late. So for those of you who are turning blue, sorry about that. No, they don't have to be laid on there perfectly symmetrical. I'll just do the same thing on the other one. Yeah, I think I've mentioned this before, but I'll tell it again. What I'll do is I'll shoot a little bit of video. I'll sometimes start early in the morning if I feel like it, and then I'll come and I'll edit it out, and then I'll go and I'll shoot a little bit more, and then I'll edit that out and add it to what I've already done, and the video just keeps getting longer and longer and longer, moment by moment. And I guess yesterday things sort of got away on me, and I didn't realize I had gotten myself a bit behind. And by the time I got my final edit done, it was cutting it pretty close. And then Murphy's Law cut in, and the upload slowed down. Yeah, we'll blame Murphy. Now these ones here are just singles. They're only 1/3 the thickness. Gotta be careful I don't bend them. Well, these ones are coming off easy. That won't be a problem. Now I do not know how today's episode is going to go. I do have something else that I have to do. And I guess these ones I could just pull off with my fingers. Why not? this one here? Yeah, just peels off there. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. And it's just starting here. Some of these pieces, well, this piece has to be painted on this side, but these ones here, I don't think they have to be painted on this side, and neither do these ones. Everything else has to be touched up. I don't think it matters which way these are around, as long as I remember to paint evenly all over, it should be all right. And some of these, they only need to be painted on the top. The first coat actually almost wrapped itself all the way around. Like, look at this one here. Anyway, now these little guys here, they are just slightly smaller than the others. There's only 2 of them. And these are the ones that you might say are just single ply. Okay, now, as I mentioned, these ones here, we don't need to do them. Why don't we stick them on, put them on one of these and just have a nice close look and see how it's going to look. Oh, I was noticing when I was editing out that those last few scenes there that what I had done with this thing here was I had gouged out a lot of the gum off of the masking tape, and some of it is possibly stuck on the outer rims of some of these wheels. Now, I can't see anything. Even with my glasses on, I can't see this. Now, I suppose if I put on my magnification hood, I might be able to see places where it is, but I don't think I dare try and get that off with any kind of a solvent or anything, because what could happen is I'll end up taking the paint off. Okay, let's just do a dry run here now. Okay, now those 2 little holes are supposed to go over those pegs right there. Yeah, they fit all right. I think I'm going to use CA medium, just a tiny, minute amount. Okay, now that I know it's going to fit, take it off. And where's my CA medium now? Now, as it turns out here, I'm not putting on enough, and it did come off, and I did have to put more on later. Now, it was kind of funny there. I went to put the other one on the other side of this, and then I remembered, oh yeah, each one of these cranes only has 1 of those. So now there's this guy here. If I get it turned over. Whoops. There we go. Now, looking at this, I would say it is symmetrical. It doesn't matter which way it goes up. Looks the same to me. Mind you, it's so small. Once again, you wouldn't notice. And it is supposed to go... Whoops. Come on, Ron. And here it is Christmas Eve. Mind you, I was just replying to one of my viewers who is down in Australia. And right now, as I'm speaking, it is Christmas Day down there. Now that's, like I mentioned to him, it's kind of hard for me to get my head around that. You sort of tend to think that, everything's the same for everybody else in the world. Okay, let's try this again now. You know what? That's not wanting to fit too good. I wonder, is it supposed to go the other way, maybe? Let me have a look at that. No, the slot runs this way, and this runs this way. It's got to go that way. I'm probably going to have to do this one off camera. And just sort of force it on. I'll probably have to take it off of this little rotating block. Now here's something kind of interesting. Notice that little hair on the drum? I guess it's a piece of dust, that's not a hair. I guess I didn't blow that piece off very good before I sprayed it. It's too bad. I forgot to do that. Anyway, looks okay. I did the other one exactly the same way. Spraying the other side of these pieces with the two different grays shouldn't be a problem here. There's only one color change involved and not a whole lot of spraying. Shouldn't take very long. My plan is not to do a lot of videoing of spraying like I did in yesterday's episode. Also, in a very few moments, I have to leave for a very important appointment that I have to go to this morning. So how much we're going to get done later this afternoon, I don't know. If you hear the theme song music starting up in a few minutes here, you'll know the video's over. I'll try and get as much done as I can. I had planned today on seeing, what can we do about that stuff? It's been soaking in isopropyl now for, over 12 hours, I guess. Well over 12 hours. And nothing's happening. So I was thinking of maybe using turpentine. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that when we get to it. In the meantime, I got to sign off here for a few minutes. approximately 3 hours or so has passed since this morning. Anyway, we did get a little spraying done. And this one here is the one that blew away. Now, when it blew away, my immediate instinct was to reach over and pick it up, and then I realized, no, wait a minute, it's still wet. But then I forgot about it, and I left it laying there where you saw it go. And I went and I set something on it. Now, fortunately, I don't think I damaged it, but I am going to have to touch it up. You can see here I've scraped the paint off. It wasn't like that before. So I'm just going to use a brush on that. I'm not going to reload my airbrush just for this. I want to leave these pieces now dry before I try to pick them off. And I'm going to try and pick them off a little bit more carefully. But in the meantime, let's see if we can't maybe use turpentine or paint thinner to dissolve the primer off of that photo etch. All right, what I'm going to try here is just very ordinary, very smelly turpentine sort of paint thinner. And if it seems to work on these two little ones, then I'll fill this test tube up and I'll drop the longer ones in it and let them soak. We should know very quickly if this is going to work. Okay, my unprofessional opinion is it's not working. If it was, that turpentine would be starting to cloud, and it's not. All right, we're going to have to try something stronger. But you know what? That's going to have to be tomorrow. And tomorrow's Christmas Day. I don't even know if there will be an episode. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how I feel. In the meantime, thanks for watching. And all being well, we will see you tomorrow. And if not, have a good Christmas.